All right, so we're on page, 68 and 69 is where it starts. So looking at this, so flip back in your textbook. All right, so it says cellular respiration. What is a series of what? Chemical reactions. Very good. Okay, what does it convert to? Okay, energy and food into the ATP. Good. There you go. Where it occurs. What two places does it occur? I'm going to call on someone, okay? Let's see. Ann Revere. In the mitochondria and one other place. Macarena? Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm in the mitochondria is where cellular respiration occurs. So it's a series of chemical reactions, and what it does is it converts the energy in food into ATP in the cytoplasm and mitochondria. The first step of cellular respiration occurs where? Macarena? In the cytoplasm. Very good. Okay. It is called what, Ryan? Glycolysis. It's a process that breaks down. Anybody know? What's it breaking down? What is glycolysis? It's breaking down glucose into smaller It's breaking down glucose into smaller molecules, and it produces what? ATP. Okay, so there's that. So if you look at this picture, sorry, I need to share my screen. There we go. So if you look at this picture here, this is the same picture found on page 69. We have our cell membrane. You need to identify that. We have our sugar molecules, our glucose, whatever you eat that has sugar in it. It comes inside of the cell, and a chemical reaction occurs in the cytoplasm. A chemical reaction also occurs in the mitochondria. This is where ATP is made here in the cytoplasm and in the mitochondria. But the mitochondria requires what? Oxygen, right. Can y'all see that okay? Not really. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. All right. Let's get that down, and then we'll look at the other side. All right, flip it over. Yeah. The same picture is found on page 69. Okay, if you're on that, and you can see it better. Okay, so we're looking at the mitochondria, and what does it do? What comes into the mitochondria? Food comes into the mitochondria, and what else? Oxygen. Good. Food and oxygen come inside the mitochondria, and it produces ATP, which is energy. Good. And what are its waste products? Two waste products. Carbon dioxide and, I'm sorry, not carbon dioxide. Yes, carbon dioxide and water. So you can put CO2 and water. I'm thinking of.
Water's not that bad.
Okay. When cells do not have enough oxygen to make ATP through cellular respiration, they use a process called, someone besides Ryan, fermentation, because what's not available? Oxygen is used and less ATP is produced than in cellular respiration. So that's all of that. Okay, so looking at the table, we're comparing fermentation and cellular respiration. Remember, I said fermentation is not like a type of cellular respiration. It's separate, okay? Both of these make energy or produce energy for the cell. What is broken down in fermentation? I'm going to call on people, okay? Benson, what is broken down in fermentation? Glucose. What is broken down in cellular respiration? Mary Catherine. I can't hear you. Huh? What's broken down, Ann Revere? So Benson said that glucose is broken down in fermentation. What else is being broken? It's the same thing that's being broken down in cellular respiration. Both of these are breaking down glucose. Okay? Where does the breakdown occur in fermentation? Audrey? In the cytoplasm only. Where does cellular respiration break down? Gray Davis? What two places does cellular respiration break down? The sugar molecules. Star, what two places where in the cell is glucose broken down in cellular respiration? Cytoplasm and mitochondria. So here in fermentation, remember, it's only in the cytoplasm because the mitochondria has to have oxygen and fermentation doesn't use oxygen. Cellular respiration does both places, cytoplasm and mitochondria. Is energy released in fermentation? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is energy released in cellular respiration? Yes. So yes to both of those. Okay. Looking at this at the bottom. Looking at this muscle cell from the chemical formula in your textbook. So muscle cells, all right. It says use what? Look at your little chemical formula. Glucose to produce ATP, and it makes what? Lactic acid, and it uses glucose to produce ATP and CO2 and alcohol. That's its waste, because that's what we give off right there. This second page you are going to do on your own in just a little bit. So once you get finished with that, you can actually put both of those sheets in your binder. That is all of the notes for lesson 4. You will need to take your quiz after you complete these notes.
Hey,
Jackson.
Hey, Jackson.
Donald Trump, Jay Whitty.